Good evening, everyone. Hearty welcome to you all. Let's do Namaskar with our two hands together. And raise our Kundalini. And Bandhan. Let's vibrate our bucket of water if we have it in front of us. We can just take our hand towards the water and say the Samudya Devata mantra. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Samudya Devata Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. And let's keep our feet in the water. A few deep breaths, our hands open on our lap. We'll try to clear our left side. Let's drop our right hand down towards the earth. Let's say the mantra of Shri Mahakali Sakshat Shri Bhairava. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Mahakali Sakshat Shri Bhairava Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Mother, please clear any lethargy, thoughts of the past, emotions, habits that are stopping me from progressing in my ascent. And let's take two hands down towards the earth. We'll take the mantra of Shri Ganesha. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Ganesha Sakshat Shri Adi Shakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Shri Ganesha, please make me innocent and wise. Please absorb any negativity that's keeping me weighted down and not letting me progress. And bring our two hands on our lap. Just with our right hand, let's raise up our Kundalini through the central channel up to the Sahasrara. And again. That's just rubbing our two hands together. Our attention is up at the Sahasrara. Let's hold our hands out towards Shri Mataji and just ask that we can see and feel where we need to put our attention. Just with our right hand on the right hip, left hand on the right hip, the right hand open towards Shri Mataji. We'll take the mantra of Shri Nimala Chitta. Om Tvameva Sakshat Shri Nimala Chitta Sakshat Shri Adishakti Mataji Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. Let's just clear our two swadhisthans from behind. So we put our two hands on the back as high as we can get them and sweep down along the legs from the back, lower back, two hands, and into the bucket. Let's take our right hand on our heart on the left-hand side. Just listen to Satchitananda while we have our hand there. Attention at Sahasrara. Deep breath. And again, let's raise our Kundalini up to the Sahasrara from the base of the spine, with our hand in a little cup shape. We just keep the hand on the Sahasrara, just rotating in the clockwise direction. Mother, please strengthen my self-realization. Let me dwell in the Sahasrara, in the heart, with you, Shri Mataji. Just raising your hand up, just feeling the Kundalini, wherever you can find, might be far away, might be close. Now keep your attention there, bring the hand back down on your lap. Let's finish our foot soak. Rinse off. Feet out on your towel. You can either just move it to one side, or if it's close by, then take it and tip out the water as you will. We'll meditate for a little while everyone gets ready.
Calm, peaceful, world so joyful, no trouble, no sorrow, everything's one. Cool fountains, clear and blue, rising high up the air. Life so great for me and you, happiness everywhere, like heaven. Like heaven. The sun shining, gleams touch my heart, the rain falling. In this world I am a part, no more thoughts in my mind, nothing to bother. Deep feelings, oh so kind, coming from Mother Earth, like heaven. Like heaven. Feel the world around of me is made of pure vibration. I feel the pulse of life inside my heart. The whole of me is drenched in love, dissolving in vibration. I feel the pulse of life inside my heart, like heaven. beyond the mind.
So we'll continue on tonight with the Mahavira Puja talk. So we're going forward a bit to the end of the puja, and the talk continues. It doesn't have any subtitles, but I think it's quite clear. We'll share that with you. Also, I just want to mention, feel free to put any Bandhan requests in the chat, which we'll do later afterwards, after our second meditation, after the talk. It would be very useful if I had it already lined up at the right place. My apologies. Yeah, there we go.
So now we have talked about Bhairava and we have seen how negativity acts within us and how we get caught up. So I would say that we must always keep in mind that we have a soul and that soul can be attacked. It has been already attacked with all the kind of things we have had in these modern lives. It's already under attack. But now we have to cleanse it and put it right. If you really want to enjoy Sahaja Yoga and cleanse yourself, then you have to understand that we need lot of introspection. Lot of introspection. Now the people who are left-sided are they're not straightforward. And they're sly and they talk ill about others. Last time I discovered that in Perth there was a lot of things people were talking, and I wanted to remind you again that I heard about it also, that even now in Australia that kind of people are still there who just start at the back saying things. One person says something, another listens to it, and it's very, very bad thing. Because talking ill about others means you first of all get the ill within you. The second is that the way you propagate, you stop divinity spreading out. Thirdly, you grow into negativity yourself, and to whomsoever you talk, that person also gets infected. It's like a disease. So I think in Australia throughout we have to be very careful, because we have had 2 big somersaults, you can say, big falling, because of this only. That secretly, and this is a side, I would say Australia is very left-sided, otherwise also because Ganesha's place. That's why Ganesha was placed here, to save you and to put you right as far as the left side is concerned. And we have to be very cautious, because that temperament develops, depend on. Like also it is in England quite a lot, but say not in America, say not in Austria, not in Russia, Germany. They are on the contrary open, and they can be aggressive, but they are not sly. So either you are aggressive or you are sly. Accordingly, you must find out within yourself what's wrong with you and where are we wrong. Because after all, we are Sahaja Yogis. It's a great chance we have got that we have got our realization. And that now we have reached a stage where we really are placed in the kingdom of God. But now how far you go into it depends only on you. Now Russia, why we were successful? Because people are very introspective. If you read any book of Russian writers like Tolstoy or anyone, anything they do, say even if they fall in love or anything, immediately they start introspecting. Why? Why am I falling in love? Why this happening to me? Why I'm thinking like that? Why I'm doing like that? You see, they introspect. And that introspection, if we do not have within ourselves, then what happens that we can go either to the right or to the left. But in this country, I see it's more the left side. Slight things are there. Now, how all this has happened that we had some horrible leaders agreed, and instead of talking about it or telling me about it, they all just started talking among themselves and all that. And they got all their bad qualities sort of combined within themselves. And that's how so many lost their vibrations and lost their, what should I say, the searching power. So when you see a person or anyone who is doing wrong, better is to forget about it. Or if you don't forget, then you should write to me. Even if you don't do that, better go and talk to that person on his face, that I think this is not right. But if you write to me, it can be solved. The problem can be solved. Say now you have one Mr. X as your leader, or anybody here who is coming, say, from New Zealand, or someone from outside. Immediately you should find out, are you critical of him? What are you looking at that person? What are you trying to find out about that person? If you are critical, then know that you can never progress. You should be critical about yourself, not about others. Know that you are most imperfect. That's the best way. Like we had a child, about 9-year-old, and he was extremely sly type. And he was talking ill like this of this person to that person, and he would go and just jump onto someone and hit someone secretly, not openly. So I called the child and I asked him, what do you think of yourself? Do you think you are the most perfect person? He said, yes, I do. I said, that's it. It's finished. Such a person cannot improve. So when you try to find faults with others, know that we have too many faults ourselves. Not to feel guilty, of course, that point is there. You should never feel guilty about it. If you have faults, just see what faults do I have, how will I correct, what chakras I am catching. Instead of seeing the chakras of others, if you see your own, then you will become purified, you will be very clean, you will be wonderful, everything will be fine. But if you cannot see your own faults, that means you haven't yet got your self-realization. Self-realization means to know about yourself. And this last time I did say all these things here in Perth and also otherwise, that to talk about somebody like that, to spread stories, ladies especially should be careful because they are on the left. They have to be very, very careful that they start judging others. They think they are perfect, they judge, they tell their husband, then husband tells another husband, then husband tells his wife, it spreads. You have to be extremely wise and sensible women. If you are not sensible, this will spread like a disease. In Sahaja Yoga, this is one of the diseases I dread, is what Christ has called murmuring souls. He said, beware of the murmuring souls. Leaders are also afraid to tell you something. If they tell you something, immediately you start saying, oh, mother said so, he is saying so. Whatever the leader is saying, you must listen to him, you must obey him, ask him what does he mean by saying this, what is it. Now, in case you find something wrong with the leader, you are all free to write to me, and I will definitely go into it. For example, Stephen wrote to me about someone, and I went into this, inquired, and found out what was the thing. See, so there's no harm in finding out about someone. Some lady wrote to me also, and I found it. So, but unnecessarily paying attention to another person is not a good thing. Paying attention to yourself and looking all the good points of another person, of helping another person. That's how we would be collective, we'll be growing faster, and we'll be enjoying ourselves. Now our children are here. Now, what I find that we do not know really what are the balanced ways of looking after children. So some think that when I said they are realized souls, so they say, all right, let them do what they like. It's not true. Otherwise, if that is so, they would have been born out of the trees, you see. Why are they born out of you? So you have a responsibility whether they are realized or not. You have a responsibility about your children, and you have to see that you correct them. It's very important. Some people I've seen allow their children to go just so mad, they go so amok. In this I would say an Indian parent is an ideal parent. What he will do, he looks after the child, also in a way he loves, expresses his love and all that. But if he finds anything wrong with the child, immediately he'll correct. Immediately. Not spare. In the presence of others. Now, if another person comes and tells about the child that this child has done, immediately he will scold the child. He will never get angry with another person, why did you say about my child? But thank him that thank God you have told. Because he might be spoiled more. Like I'll tell you, we had one, Avdut, now he's a grown-up boy when he was young. One day he asked me that if you leave your parents, the badhas of your parents, they leave you or not? I said, no, they may not leave the badhas of your parents. Then what's this of leaving the parents? But I said, who is leaving parents? No, he said, I heard that in the Western countries, children leave their parents when they are 18 years of age. But I would not like to leave the parents. I said, why? You can be free. He said, then I'll be free to do wrong. Who will correct me? If I take a cigarette in my hand, who will correct me? Who will tell me don't do it? I mean, if a child takes a cigarette in the hand, immediately the father will take a cigarette and burn it once more. And next time I see you, I'll burn your tongue. Finished. But the child knows that the father loves me and loves me in such a way that I should not lose my father. But he must know that he can lose the kindness of the father. If you allow the child just all the time to behave the way he likes or it likes, then it will sit on your head. Today only I was discussing with him and I told him that I was traveling one day with one lady in the train, one of the Sahaja Yoginis, and her child was there, not very old, must have been about 7 years of age. She was trying to talk to me, and this fellow was all the time, Mommy, Mommy, and then why was going on, you see, all the time. I told her, why must you answer all his questions? He's just making inquiries. I said, nothing sensible inquiries, it's nonsense. He wants to attract your attention. So why do you want to pay so much attention to him? So she said, Mother, how to stop it? I said, I'll stop it in 1 minute. I asked him, you should not ask so many questions. So he said, why? Because I said, you are stupid. You have to learn a lot still. And if you go on asking questions like this, you'll be very, very stupid, and one day you'll have to go like a madman. Do you want to become a madman? He got a fright of his life. You'll become mad. And you see, if you children are there, you have to tell them some stories. I'll tell you how. Some children have a habit of beating others or doing something. Then you said, now, if you beat, then a tail comes out of your bottom, like that, you see, like a doggy, and something like that. And they believe it. They believe it. Next day they'll ask, is there a tail coming out? Yeah, maybe. So now, you're going to our house. Yeah, I'll be very... You see, all these tricks have to be played with children. But they're very clever. And they know how to make you dance, you see. How to make you... they're sort of slaves sometimes, for everything. They will demand, do this. Now, because they are realized souls, I was surprised that when I went to London, you see, I read in the newspaper the statistics about children, that every week in London city only, 2 children are killed by parents. I mean, that was too much for me. So I just blasted all of them and I said, nothing doing, you must love your children. As a result, all the children sat on their heads. And they couldn't come to the programs. If they came to the programs, children were to be kept outside like doggies, tied together something. And in England, I don't know, maybe here also, they do have a leash, just like a dog. You see, they hold the children just tight and say, how cruel it is. But now I know how children can be in the West. I don't know, it's white skin or whatever you may say. That first, we started a school, you see, for them, because there was no school available, they were in a mess. So we said, all right, in Dharamshala we'll start a school. So we started a school in Dharamshala, and these children were brought because they had no way to go anywhere, so in a hurry it was started, you see. So there must be something, also if you just start a school in a great hurry, maybe some things are left out. But these children were terrible, because they saw these teachers who were Indians, so they came and started punching them, they started showing tongue to them, sometimes spitting at them, sometimes pinching and doing all kinds of things, you know. So the teachers got a fright. They said, Baba, we can't look after these bounders. God knows what they are up to. One day they'll bring a knife and push through us. We don't know what to do. And we have had very bad experience in Shuri camp about this children. That they had no sense of proportion, nothing, they were not cautious at all. And then I said, what will you do? They have already started jumping, said, from different places. I hope they are not jumping there. So, and one boy broke his leg, they got a fright. So I said, all right, now you do one thing. They are already spoiled. But take one foot rule and keep it and say that if you misbehave, this is the thing. And once or twice, just do a little bit like that. Now that doesn't mean you go on beating your children. I mean, everything should not be taken to an extreme, but there should be a balance. Must understand. So there was one boy who had come as a cook from Austria, and Yogi had asked him, he thought that he is a Westerner, you better look after the children. He started thrashing them left and right. Not the Indian women. Indian women don't thrash so much. You see, we don't beat. I mean, I have slapped my daughter once, one daughter, elder one and younger one twice in their lifetime. We don't believe in thrashing, but you see, they are afraid of our eyes. Even they know what we want, what is good. I'll tell you, my younger daughter, when she went to college in Delhi, she found all the girls were wearing sleeveless blouses. So she came and asked me, should I wear sleeveless blouses because all the girls are wearing sleeveless blouses? I said, go ahead, if you think so. She said, Mommy, why don't you wear sleeveless blouse? I said, I feel shy. You know, I've never worn it. I don't like to expose my hands like that. I don't like it. It's not good. The arms, she should be covered, I think. Immediately she said, then it is no criteria. If I say I want this and all that, you should say yes to everything. You should have said no. No to me, I would have been very happy. So this wisdom is there among Indian children. They like Abdut, as I told you, he said that, then who will correct me? Who will stop me from doing wrong? But that's not with our children here. So, you see, because I don't know why, but maybe that our roots are too deep or whatever it is, we are little controlled all the time. And wisdom is very important. If you tell a child you have been very unmannerly, I mean, it's like saying the horridest thing to a child, you are unmannerly, or to say you are very unwise, then the child feels very hurt. I am unwise, I have not been saying. But the best thing would be to say you are Sahajogis, you are special people. You can't do like that, you are Sahajogis. All the time go on telling them how dignified they should be, what is expected of a Sahajogi, it is better. But never spoil them. This is one thing you should not do, otherwise it will be a permanent headache for you. Even if they are realized souls, whatever they may be. But please see that you do not spoil them. That's very important. Also, as I told you, that don't talk ill of each other on the back.
Just meditate for a little while, 6 minutes. Thank you, everyone, for your presence tonight. In case you have any bandhans, we can certainly do them, even if it's just one word to give a bandhan on a certain world situation. Now, well, let's first of all, before we do our Kundalini bandhan, let's do our first bandhan on our hands for Veneranda Siciliano. That's Veneranda Siciliano. It's for the peaceful passing or not passing, and also for her spirit. Veneranda Siciliano. Feels nice and cool. So we have a bandhan for Max Palladino, who is having fever. Max Palladino. Maxpalladino. This is two small boys. That's one. And the next one is for Nicholas Palladino. He's not sleeping, poor little fellow. Nicholas Palladino. Let's give a bandhan for all the good people of Gaza, for their protection. All the good people in Ukraine, for their protection also. And likewise, the good people in Numia. Okay. Thank you, everyone. That seems to be all our bandhans currently. Thank you very much. Thank you to Shri Mataji. And let's finish off by raising our Kundalini. And bandhan. Thank you, everyone. And I'll leave you with a Kawali from the ISPS and Yuva Shakti from Easter last year. Good night, everyone. Thanks again for joining.